Next topic, compounds. A compound is a substance made up of two or more atoms of different elements, and these atoms chemically combined. These atoms chemically combined in the fixed ratio. So here compound is the pure substance, and the compound made by the two or more atoms of different elements, and these atoms chemically combined in the fixed ratio. And after this we will see the properties of the compounds. Many examples of the compounds we know that water, ammonia, sodium bicarbonate, calcium carbonate, calcium chloride. These are the compounds examples. And what are the properties of the compounds? So here if we take one example of the water here, by taking this example we can understand the properties of the compound. So we know that water is the compound because here different types of elements here present, hydrogen and oxygen. So here compound made by the different elements, hydrogen and oxygen elements, and in this compound, in this molecule of the compound, we can see two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen present. So this is the one molecule of the compound, and also we can say molecule of the compound. So molecule of the compound, formed by the combination of two or more atoms of different elements. So this is the molecule of the compound, means this is the compound water, one molecule of the water compound, and here two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen present. So this here definite, means in any sample of water we can see, means here one molecule of water made by the only two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen. So this doesn't matter here from where you are getting the water sample. If you are taking the water from the tank, if you are taking the water from the RO machine, so here same number of hydrogen and oxygen present in one molecule of the water. So here this number means hydrogen oxygen atoms number here fixed, and these are chemically combined with each other. So here two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen chemically combined with each other in the fixed ratio. So in each molecule of water, two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen present. So this number here fixed, hydrogen and oxygen numbers here fixed, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So here we can see here the compound made by the different elements, means atoms of the different elements, and these atoms are present in the fixed ratio, means these atoms combined chemically and these are present in the fixed ratio. So here also we can see these are present in the fixed ratio. Hydrogen and oxygen, two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen present in one molecule of the water, one molecule of the water compound. In the same manner, other example if you see, suppose that ammonia. So here also we can see ammonia anywhere if you observe the ammonia gas present. So here in one molecule of ammonia, one atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen present. So here these are present in the fixed ratio. These are present in the fixed ratio, chemically combined. One atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen chemically combined with each other in the fixed ratio. And here the ratio will be 1:3. And here in the water ratio 2:1. Means two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen present. And here one atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen present. So this is the compound. And the other properties here, means first property, the atoms of different elements are chemically combined and these are present in the fixed ratio. So this is the first property of the compound. And after this second property here, the compounds are homogeneous in nature. Compounds are homogeneous in nature. So here homogeneous in nature means same everywhere. So here homogeneous means here if you take, suppose that 1 glass of water you are taking. So here each molecule of water made by the 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. If you take the 1 glass of water, so here we can see in this 1 glass of water, each molecule made by the 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So everywhere if you see in this water sample, so we will observe that each molecule of the water compound made by the 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. These are present in the fixed ratio. And same everywhere. Same everywhere means if you take any region, so the composition of an hydrogen oxygen will be same. Same everywhere. So we can say homogeneous in nature. So here homogeneous in nature means same everywhere. And heterogeneous means different. So homogeneous means same everywhere. Means if you take the 1 glass of water, ratio will be same 2:1. Everywhere if you see any region of the water sample, suppose that in this region if you see, so same composition means here hydrogen oxygen number will be same everywhere in this water sample. So we can say homogeneous in nature. Each molecule made by the same number of hydrogen and same number of oxygen. So this is the second property. And the third property here, homogeneous in nature. And compound we can't separate by the physical means. We can separate the compound only by the chemical means. Only by the chemical means we can separate. So here we can't separate the compound by the physical means. Means we can say we can't simplify, we can't break down the compound by the physical means. We can break down the compound only by the chemical means. For example, if you take the water here and if you apply the physical means means if you heat this water, liquid water, so this liquid water will change into the gaseous form, means water vapor form. And suppose that if we cool this liquid water, so this will change into the ice form. So here number of molecules of water will be same in all the 3 states of the matter. Means if you take the 10 gram of the water, 10 gram of the water in the liquid state of the water, so this will change into the gaseous form. Here also 10 gram of the water present. And if you change the liquid water into the ice form, so here also 10 gram of the water present here. So here no any change, and no any change in the number of atoms of hydrogen and oxygen. Means we can't break down. Same number of molecules here we will get, same amount we will get, and we can't break down into the hydrogen and oxygen by heating or by freezing. So in this way, if we apply the chemical method, so by applying the chemical method, the compound breakdown. By applying only by the chemical method, we can dissociate, we can break down the particular compound. So here if we pass the electric current in the water, so water will split into the hydrogen and oxygen gas. So here by applying the physical methods, no any change, means the compound will not break down, and here the number of water molecules will be same, amount of the water also will be same, no any change, no any breakdown of this compound by applying the physical method. And if we apply the chemical method, so compounds can be break down into the simpler forms. Means simpler forms means break down into the elements those are present in that compound. So only by the chemical means we can break down the compound. So this is the property. And next property here, compound has its own properties. This is not depending by the properties of the components those are present in that. So suppose that if you see water water has the two components, means two elements are present here, hydrogen and oxygen. So these are the two components are present in the fixed ratio, hydrogen and oxygen. So compound has its own properties. This is not depending the properties of the components those are present in the particular compound. For example, if you form the water compound, so we know that water has the two components, hydrogen and oxygen, and when the hydrogen react with the oxygen, so we get the water. When the hydrogen react with the oxygen, so we get the water compound. So here we can see hydrogen, this is the molecule of hydrogen element, oxygen, this is also the molecule of oxygen, and this water, this is the molecule of the compound. So molecule of element, hydrogen and oxygen, and here this is the molecule of the compound. Here the hydrogen, this is in gaseous form, and oxygen also this is in gaseous form, and we are getting the water, and this generally found in the liquid state. So we can see when the hydrogen and oxygen combine, means react with each other, we are getting the water, and totally different property we are getting. Here hydrogen, this is in gaseous nature, and oxygen also present in the gaseous form, and due to the reaction we are getting the water, and water generally found in the liquid state. So totally different property we are getting, this gas combination, and we are getting the liquid. And the second property here also we can see the hydrogen, this is the inflammable gas. Hydrogen inflammable gas means this catch fire easily in the presence of oxygen. So here hydrogen catches fire easily, inflammable gas. And oxygen, this is the supporter of the combustion process. This is the supporter for the fire process. So oxygen, this is the supporter, and hydrogen, this is the inflammable gas. This catches fire easily, and when these combine, these react with each other, so we are getting the water, and water generally used for extinguishing the fire process. So totally different property we are getting. Hydrogen inflammable gas means this catches fire easily in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen, this is the supporter of the combustion process, and we are getting, after the reaction we are getting the water, and water generally used for the extinguishing the burning process or the fire process, extinguishing the burning process. So totally different property we are getting. So compound has a different property. So compound has its own properties. This is not depending by the properties of the components those are present. So here we are seeing water is the compound, and this water has its own properties, and this water properties does not depend by the properties. The properties of the water do not depend by the properties of the hydrogen and oxygen. Those are present as components in the particular compound. In the same manner, if you see the sodium chloride, this is the common salt, and if we take the sodium react with the chlorine, this is the poisonous, sodium and chlorine. So if these combine, and we are getting the salt sodium chloride, and the sodium chloride, this is used, we are using in the food. So here totally different property we get when the elements combine. Means we can say overall compound has its own properties, and this is not the properties of the compound do not depend by the properties of the components those are present in the particular compound. One more example you can see for understanding this. Suppose that if you take FeS, and we know that very well, iron has the property to attract by the magnet. Iron attract by the magnet, and also we can say magnet attract by the iron. Means here magnetic force develop here. Here iron attracted by the magnet. But if you take this compound FeS, means here ferrous sulfide, FeS. So here in this compound iron present here, and if you bring this compound near the magnet, so no any attraction takes place. No any attraction. We know that iron attract by the magnet. But if we take this compound, means bring this compound near the magnet, so no any attraction takes place. Why? Because here iron present in the compound form, and here the iron combined with the sulfur, and due to this change into the compound FeS, and due to the formation of the compound, iron lost their properties, because compound has its own property. Compound has its own properties, and the properties of the compound do not depend by the properties of the components those are present in the particular compound. So here no any iron properties here exist, because new properties develop due to the combination of iron and sulfur, and these properties are only compound, and here the compound ferrous sulfide. So if you bring the FeS, means ferrous sulfide, near the magnet, so no any attraction takes place between the iron and magnet, because here the iron present in the compound form chemically combined with each other, and new properties exist, and these properties are only compound. So these are the properties of the compound, and after this here, due to the formation of the compound, energy released, means in the formation of the compound, energy released or energy absorbed in the form of heat, light, sound. These are the forms of the energy. So different means energy released or energy absorbed in any form of the energy. And after this, so this topic completed, and after this, molecule of a compound. So molecule of a compound, we know that molecules of a compound formed by the combination of two or more atoms of different elements. Molecules of a compound are formed by the two or more atoms of the different combination of two or more atoms of different elements. So here molecules of the compound formed by the combination of two or more atoms of different elements, and these atoms of different elements combine chemically in the fixed ratio. So this topic completed, and after this, molecule of a compound, here the differences between elements and compounds here given. So here differences, elements, compound. An element is made up of only one kind of substances. A compound is made up of two or more elements. These differences given here. And check your progress. After this, check your progress here given. So elements are represented by symbols, and the symbol of sodium is capital N, small a. The elements present in common salt are sodium and chlorine, and is a substance made up of two or more elements. So here a compound is a substance made up of two or more elements. Fifth, the properties of a compound are different from those of its constituent elements. So this topic completed. Thank you. Have a nice day.